Let's get through a couple of topics rather quickly. This is our rapid fire section. You are both very familiar with this. I'm looking for 1 or 2 word answers to each of these questions. I don't want to litigate each one. Mr. Magaziner, we'll start with you. Do you support or oppose legislation that would legalize recreational marijuana at the federal level?
Support.
Mr. Fung?
Yes, I think we need to reform it so that it's not treated like heroin.
You support recreational marijuana at the federal level, to be clear. Is that a yes? Okay. Mr. Fung, we'll stick with you. Support or oppose legislation that would enshrine same-sex marriage in federal law?
Yes, that I would support that.
Okay. Mr. Magaziner?
Support, but he was against it when we passed it in Rhode Island 10 years ago.
You both
Wait a minute. Can I clarify that? Because, again, he's outright just lying about my position. On that gay marriage bill, upstate House, I supported it once there was an amendment for the religious exemption because I don't believe government should be telling
this is rapid
churches.
fire. So here, Mr. Magaziner, do you support or oppose a bill co-sponsored by Congressman David Cicilline that would expand the number of seats on the Supreme Court from 9 to 13? Support or oppose?
I need to learn more about it before I decide.
Are you open? Do you have any idea?
I'm always open to having a conversation, but I would prefer term limits as a fix for the Supreme Court.
Okay. Mr. Fung, expansion of the Supreme Court from 9 to 13.
I don't believe in gaming the numbers like that, so I would oppose it.
You would oppose it. And Mr. Fung, we'll stick with you. Support or oppose term limits for U.S. representatives?
Absolutely support term limits.
How long?
I would go 3 terms.
3 terms, 6 years. Mr. Magaziner?
Also support probably 4 or 5 terms.
Okay, in this final rapid-fire question, again, looking for an up or down answer here, but I will let you give a brief explanation on this one. Would you support or oppose a federal ban on what have been called assault-style rifles like the AR-15 and why, Mr. Magaziner?
Yeah, listen, as a new father, it hits me in a whole new way when I hear about mass shootings at schools like Uvalde, like Newtown. Kids who are so mutilated that they can only be identified by their shoes. We have a gun violence problem in this country, and there is a clear contrast between us on this. I don't think that weapons of war belong on our streets or in our schools. We had a federal assault weapons ban in this country for 10 years in the 90s and early 2000s, and it worked. We didn't have nearly as many mass shootings as we do today. My record on this is clear. I have fought for common sense gun safety laws here in Rhode Island, and we've gotten some passed. Alan has been against every single one of them, not just the assault weapons ban, but the red flag law to protect victims of domestic violence from abusers when they are at risk. He is extreme on this issue and not in line with Rhode Island.
All right, let's fold in Mr. Fung. The original question, I'll obviously let you respond to that, but the original question to remind people is, would you support, let me just reframe it again, would you support or oppose a federal ban on what have been called assault-style rifles like the AR-15?
And let me just get back to, responding to Seth first. My record in Cranston has been about safety, making sure that our kids are safe in the schools by providing school resource officers to them, making sure that we provided funds for additional details to keep our kids safe. And that's the same attitude and leadership I'll take down in Washington, D.C. on any issue. But let's get back to, that question, because I always support making sure that criminals and those with serious mental health issues don't get access to firearms. That's the real issue. And I've always been about balance, not what he says about extremism.
But as a U.S. rep, a bill will come to your desk. You're going to have to decide if you're going to vote it up or you're going to vote it down. Would you vote up or down?
And like I said, I would support any legislation that gets firearms out of the hands of criminals as well as those with serious mental health issues, but not take away the rights of law-abiding citizens who are responsible firearm owners.
So I don't want to put words in your mouth. You would oppose this bill, correct? Am I hearing that right?
What I'm saying is it's a balance, Tim. It's about whether or not
you have to vote on
for
the bill.
criminal. Yes, and each bill I will take a serious look at.
We're going to
move on.
No, this is important.
We're going to move on.